Good evening, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? How are you all today? Hey, yo, look at everybody in chat. Hello. Let's go through the list very quickly. Hello, Jay. Hello. Thank you for first time chat, Vapor. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, Diwata. Hello. I probably butchered that. Hello. Brandon. Hello. Hey, yo. And of course, the Gigachad himself, Ferrari, is in chat, and he is here today as well. Hello, Sov. Hello, Sovereign. Yes, we are here with the BlubCast. Another episode of the best, the blubbiest podcast on Twitch, because it's the only one with blubs. Blub, 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 blub. I have gone completely mad, I think. But let's get to it. Let's introduce our guest today. Our guest is the most Gigachad of Gigachads. He is the biggest Dragon Ball Z slash Super slash Dragon Ball in general fan ever. It is Ferrari239. Hello, Ferrari. How are you doing, bud?
Hello, hello. Hello, everyone.
How is
It's
the
me. Look,
Gigachad?
it's the maid.
It's Maid Rari. We got the maid. Hello, Sophie. Hello, hello. We have Maid Rari, yes, the best maid.
Mm-hmm.
How
Exactly.
how is everybody today? We have a Giga Chad
How are
as
you?
Rari.
How are you doing, Saga?
I am doing good. I'm feeling a lot better than I was a few days back. Um, I've had quite a rough few days, which I'll explain a bit later on. But yeah, how have you been, bud? How are you?
I've been great. Honestly, this week has been very, very fun. In terms of streaming, it's been very fun.
I didn't quite catch what you said there because I just got dinged by my own follower chant. Thank you, Sophie, for joining
Oh.
humanity. Come,
Yeah,
have your free blood
this week
bloods.
has just been insane in terms of streaming.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
heard it's been
unreal.
really, really good for you. Like, you've had a
Mm,
really enjoyable time.
yes.
But
Good
yes,
start to 2023.
absolutely. Whereas I spent all of mine sick.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I was super sick on New Year's Eve, and I still tried to soldier through on on New Year's Eve, and I just it was a bad thing to do. I lost my voice like
Mm-hmm.
halfway through, and just fought it, and yeah. So this is my first stream back as well, but yeah. Of course, you've streamed all through this week, haven't you?
Yes, pretty
I
much
think
every day.
every single day. Yeah, I thought,
Apart from today.
of course, while you're here instead.
Yeah.
Um, so let's start going through because I got again my nice little selection of questions here. Now you're the
Mhm.
first flesh tuber that I have interviewed here. So
Yes, I am the first.
What's up, baby? Hello, Michael. Thank you, Ty,
Hey,
for the
oh.
9 months. 9 months. Hey, yo. Um,
Let's go.
so yeah, the very beginning of these blogcasts are just as chaotic as ever.
Uh-huh. Just like a normal stream.
Hey, sheesh. What did I do to deserve that? I know they are always chaotic anyway. Yeah. It is always the most chaotic part of most streams. To be fair, like is when you start off and everyone's kind of coming in, everyone's all G'd up and like
Mm-hmm.
it's the most likely time that you're gonna get chaos. Like you'll get like is it like if one is lucky, they get hype train, but like it's just a pure chaos in the chat that is just amazing. So like I don't know if it's something that you've spotted as well in your chats. Like I've certainly spotted it in your chats where like when you're live, everyone's like, "Hey, it's the Ferrari stream, you know, Gigachad, ayo," you know. So
yes, massively.
that's just me.
Especially as soon as I put on the maid outfit, oh my god.
Oh
It's
yes, so
another level of chaos.
it's either when you do the maid outfit or when you're doing one of your like follow goals, like things that put yourself through pain.
Yes.
Like when
either
you
the
did,
challenges or outfit switch.
like it's been crazy. Crazy. Like you doing the Carolina Reaper challenge. Oh my god. Like,
I don't know how I did that. I was just powering through.
You kind of didn't though, did you? Like you kind of
No.
you got part of it eaten, but not all of it. And I think like it's fair enough. Yeah, you gave it a really good stab at it. Like
I did chew it about 3-4 times. I was like, nope, it's coming up.
I think like yeah, if you had swallowed it all, that was coming straight back up. Like
Yep, 100%.
Like, and then when you did the one chip challenge and everything like that, I'm just like, bloody hell. Like, like as someone who doesn't eat spicy food at all, like seeing you do all that, I'm like, holy cow! Like, how do you do it? Like, I find the jalfrezi to be very hot.
Oh yeah, see, being a brown person from Pakistan, it comes a bit easier, but it still hurts.
Fair enough. Hey Sam, hello. How are you today? I guess that kind of helps. Like, whereas I'm just as white a British person as you can get. So like when it when the sun comes out too much, I start moaning that it's too hot. So.
Oh, I complain about the weather too. Like that British part of me is still in my blood.
Yeah. Oh, it's always raining. Oh. And then the quarter of a day that per year that it isn't raining, we're just like chucking out the barbecue and everything, like shorts, barbecue, mullet, embracing our inner Aussie, even though we're nothing to do with Australia.
Yeah, basically.
Kind of Aussies.
Pretty much.
Hey Jazzy, hello, hello.
Oh, hello.
So yeah, of course, last night we did the movie night, didn't we? We had a bit of a movie night, and a lot of people came along. Actually, it was really nice to see everybody. Jazzy was there. You turned up just after and vibed with us all, which was really cool. Because I know you were streaming yesterday, so because you tend to go on quite a while, don't you?
Oh yeah, like my minimum hours was like 8, 9.
Like I've been in work and seen that you go live at say like 12, for instance, and I drop by on my lunch break or something like that just to say hello or just to lurk or something like that. I then skive off a little bit for about 10 minutes or so, grabbing a drink. About 3-4 hours later, and you're still going, and then I finish work 6-7 hours after, and I look, and you're still going.
Yeah, when I hit that start stream button, I can't stop.
You're just like a tub
I
of
just
fruit
don't want to
juice.
stop. Yeah, just keep going,
Me? I can't say anything, Brandon. I go about 4 hours and then just run out of puff.
I run out of energy 5 hours in, but usually like when people start chatting, it brings energy back.
Oh, not me, Jazz. Oh, okay. You're poking fun at Jazz, are you? How come? Chat's gone chaotic again. I've lost control of them again. They've gone feral again.
Uh-oh.
So again, you're the first flesh tuber that I have interviewed on this channel. That's thinking you have had any control.
Oh,
Fair enough.
being pulled out.
I think like the only time I've ever had control of stream was my very first stream, and even then, like it wasn't fully in my control because the Xbox streaming thing was just really there. It was awful. I think my screen turned green on that occasion as well.
Oh my.
Like because I'd lost so much bandwidth that it lost half of its color.
Yikes.
Yeah, that very same day, like that very same evening, I ordered a capture card off of Amazon, and I was like, yeah,
Time
I
to
definitely
upgrade.
needed that. Yeah, I definitely needed that. That was definitely the main upgrade today. So, a little introduction. Who is Ferrari 239? What is the Gigachat?
Well, I am a flesh tuber, as you mentioned. I am a university student. I've been streaming for coming up to 2 years now, and I started off as a non-face cam, and then I set a goal for face cam, and then I've been doing face cam ever since.
So, as you mentioned, like it's been nearly 2 years now, hasn't it?
Yes,
So when is your 2 year anniversary?
end of this month, 28th of January.
Ooh. Are you doing anything special for that?
Yes, I'm doing a subathon, uncapped.
Ooh. You know, you
And I
heard it
have
here, chat.
I have some pretty extreme goals, let's just say.
I mean, to be honest, when are your goals not extreme?
True,
Hey.
true.
Hey, Phantom. Hello.
Hello. And I have a new maid outfit. So, it's an
Mate
upgrade.
2.0.
Yes.
Ooh. So
It
you
may
heard
or
here,
may
chat.
not have cat ears.
Oh my god, is Ferrari going to turn into a Nico IRL VTuber? If that's a thing.
Oh, who knows? I
Ferrari
did hint at it
kitties.
in my bio on Twitter.
And
And if anyone caught on,
a rebrand of Ferrari kitties. And all the cats are just red. Because it's the colour Ferrari, isn't it? So
Yep. Yeah.
So that's always interested me. Where did the name Ferrari come from?
See, people always ask this question. Ferrari 239, where does it come from? Honestly, I have zero clue. I was about 10, 11 years old. Me and my cousin were signing up to Club Penguin. And we were like, okay, what username do you want? And I was like, at first, I think I put Ferrari 123. That didn't work. Ferrari 124. And then it ended up on 239. And it's just been
so-
Ferrari 239 as a gamer tag ever since.
I remember, like, again, going back to gamer tags and names and stuff, like, I remember my very first one on Xbox was, it's super embarrassing as well, because I was a big Red Dwarf fan myself at the time. So basically, it was like Smeg 339 or something like that, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
looking back at it, I'm like cringing so much now.
See, I used to cringe at it until people started calling me it. Ever since like streaming and people actually call me by Ferrari, it's like
Yeah.
I've lost that cringe factor a bit.
Or they've been able to shorten it to like Rari or something like that, so it's like
Yeah.
yeah. It's really it's cool though. Like I guess like it probably came from an interest in the cars though, given that you were like 10, that you were making it up.
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
Because it's exactly Ty. Soon gonna be Nyari.
Nyari.
Nya.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to make that a redeem. aren't
You
I?
are gonna have to make that a redeem. Nya.
Well, I already have Ara and Uru, so it can't get any worse.
Yeah, I think that's gotta be a given, to be honest. Like the like the
Mm.
Nia and stuff. Speaking on like
Mhm.
Nia's auras and stuff, I don't know if anybody's noticed it in chat, but there's a new redeem, and it's me doing an Arnie impression.
Oh my god.
Yep. So,
Well, you want to know how many points I have in your chat?
probably because I've refunded everything in loads.
I have like 31k.
I mean, to be honest, I think Zed's got like nearly 90k or something like that. Because
Jeez.
yeah, it's because I keep on refunding them. But like, so it's basically been a year's worth of channel points that's been refunded essentially.
Oh damn.
Because I refunded them before as well, just to incite chaos.
I see.
But I won't be doing that
Fair
anymore.
enough.
I need to have some kind of economy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very true.
Oh, my new things popped up. Yes,
Oh, the
there is a
Saga
YouTube
VODs
channel, the VODs channel. Yes, so this VOD will end up on that VOD channel, not immediately, but it will be on Saga VODs later on,
Mhm.
probably in a couple weeks, as I then get through all of the BlubCasts. But all of the other BlubCasts are on there at the moment, all the way up to Taillinks. So yeah, all there. Little
Mhm.
plug over with.
Yes, go sub to it. Go sub right now.
And also, I'm hoping it pops up in a moment because it should be at some point popping up with going to follow you, Ferrari, giving you a little shout out as well. Because, yes,
Oh damn.
indeed, yeah. To give you a little shout out because there it is. It's just popped up right on
Very
cue.
nice. I
Right
see.
on cue. Yes, go and follow Ferrari239 because he is a very, very cool Valorant player, and you are absolutely
Thank
cracked.
you, thank you. I'm trying
You
to
are,
get better.
you are cracked,
But yes,
honestly. Yeah.
that's like the first game I started streaming. It's like the first serious competitive game, and
I
I was
kind
like,
of
so
got
the
that
ranks,
feeling.
the ranks go from like iron, bronze, silver, gold, up to like the higher tiers. And I started. There's a few clips of me at like iron level from like early days, and I remember I watched them back, and I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing?
But like that's how you like learn though, isn't it? By like you have to be a
Yeah.
spanner initially to then actually get good at the game. Like you have to start somewhere.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like
Exactly.
I remember first starting to play like sim racing games competitively because I used to do that
Hmm.
back in the day under a completely different handle. And a couple of the
Yeah.
guys that I used to race with have dropped by here and there as well, so everyone's kind of seen them. And
Hmm.
what was it? It's like when I first started off, I was like easily C lobbying, like really, really awful. Like I could barely hold a racing
Hmm.
line. But within a year of doing that, like racing constantly and constantly, I got to A lobby standard. So like I was competing for championships, not just the Spanners participation medal. You know, I could imagine it's the same
Yeah.
kind of thing with Valorant, where you just constantly keep playing
Yeah.
and playing
Yeah.
and playing, and you tune yourself in, don't you?
Yeah. Exactly. Pretty much. Since
So
it's an F,
go on.
since it's like an FPS game, there's a lot more like practice to it, but you also need to learn when to take a break, because otherwise you can really hurt your mental.
Yeah, I can imagine a lot of like your competitive games. You do need to know when to stop because if you
Hmm.
don't, you just end up getting super toxic and ended up getting tilted at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a good example of a person like who's really good at doing that, and I think would be good to learn from is Larry Fishburger. I don't know if anybody has heard of him, but he's a COD streamer. He works with I Am Wildcat, like one of the big Vanos guys. But
Hmm.
like he will only do a couple of hours at a time of the COD, and then we'll switch over to like an Among Us lobby or something like that. You know. Like
Ah,
when
I
it comes to
see.
like S&D and stuff like that, if he's memeing, he'll go on longer. But if he's trying to
Yeah.
play like seriously, he will only do a couple of hours, and then we'll just switch games.
Mhm.
Because yeah, it does, like playing a game that it has a highly competitive multiplayer like that can really be taxing on your mind. So this is
Oh
kind of
yeah,
like
100%.
I think this is like a shared message from both of us here, is that if you are finding yourself getting tilted at a game, especially one like say FPS, there's no shame in backing away and just taking a break. You know, it's not a rage
Mhm.
quit if you do that. It's actually you looking after your own mental health. You know, it's
Yes.
because mental health is important. It's really important, and like, and as someone who's had a very recent heavy mental health episode, I would 100% recommend anybody to just take some time out if you feel it getting on top of you. Absolutely, noping out of games to calm down is great advice. Even better is if you've got a comfy game, isn't it? Like if you've got a game that you can kind
Mhm.
of play that's comfy. Like for me, if I'm off stream, I'll either play my Pokemon Scarlet playthrough because I've kind of I just like literally just roam the map and maybe find the odd shiny. Like literally, I did that
Mhm.
yesterday. Before I did the movie night, just went on for about an hour, running around. Was about to do a shiny sandwich, to see if I could shiny hunt and got a shiny Loxic without the shiny sandwich. I was like, oh, okay, no shiny sandwich then. I'll just catch that one, roam around a bit more. And but like it was quite comfy. But I can also play PvE Destiny to be comfy, or um,
Mhm.
there's one or two other games that I can kind of sink my hours into, including Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which I've started playing again from scratch. And again, it's a nice, relatively comfy game because it's a lot more story orientated and not so much fight heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
So I kind of
I
feel really
haven't
nice with
played
that.
Kakarot.
It's
I
a really
really
good
do want
game.
to buy it.
It's a really, really good game. If you get that and the season pass, it'll be really good for you because you get the four
Mhm.
main sagas of Dragon Ball
Yeah,
Z.
yeah.
So you get Saiyan, Namek, or slash Frieza, Cell, and Boo. But then the first DLC is essentially you meeting Whis and Beerus. It's a slightly
Uh-huh.
different way of Battle of the Gods, but yeah. And
Okay.
then you've got basically Resurrection F, and you've
Mhm.
also got then Future Trunks, but in the timeline of Cell, so not the later in
Oh,
Super,
I see.
but in Z, and it talks about like
Uh-huh.
Trunks and Gohan. So I think it follows that. And I
Okay.
think the one that's just launched is Bardock's story from the
Yes, I saw
manga.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the Super manga, which is Bardock's story. So like, yeah, it's a really nice, comfy game, and I know you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, so
Mhm.
it'll be a good game to kind of play through because it'll bring up a nostalgia
Yeah.
trip without having to watch DBZA. Because let's face it,
Ah, I
DBZA is
see.
absolutely
Yeah.
hilarious.
Uh-huh.
Um, but it's it's also a nice game and really true to the series. It uses all of the voice actors from it. So yeah,
Oh, I see. Very cool. Usually mine to like unwind or like relax is I go from like Valorant to COD. I'll play like Modern Warfare 2. I just go into like TDM or something. Sometimes I'll play like Need for Speed, car games,
I've
just
seen
driving
you
around
streaming
cities.
that recently. Need for Speed
Yeah,
Unbound.
yeah, the new one.
As a sim
It's
racer, I can always it's always been a bit jarring going back to an arcade game.
mm, that's
Like, and
fair.
I know Need for Speed is quite an arcadey kind of game. So like, I'm trying to take like
Yeah.
lines like a sim racer, and then I'm just spearing straight up. I'm like, what's going on here? Why am I not
Yeah,
steering?
because the physics is completely different when you go to Need for Speed.
Whereas as soon as I
It
dab
was,
the brakes and hurl the tail out, I'm like all of a sudden making a corner at 200 miles an hour. I'm like, what?
oh yeah, oh yeah. That was when I like switched to Forza when I played Forza Horizon 4, I think it's the newest one. Before Need
Five.
for Speed came out. 5, yeah, that's the one. I was
Yeah.
playing that, and it was a huge switch between Need for Speed and that.
Well,
Like
it's
I
still
had
an
to really
arcade
slow
game,
down.
though.
It's still an arcade game, yeah,
But
but it's a lot more.
it uses the sim
You do
engine.
have to yeah,
It's literally just a dumbed down version of the sim engine that then they've stuck
yeah,
into the arcade game, which is really good actually, because like the cars still
yeah.
react relatively accurately, but it's also arcadey enough that you can have a bit of a thrill ride, isn't it? Hello,
Yeah, pretty
Zed.
much.
The Giga Zed is here. Shredded.
Hey Zed. Hello Zed. But yeah,
So
Unbound. I've had a lot of like chatters come in and ask opinions on it. I know a lot of people don't like it due to like the graffiti style. So it's a lot more artsy than like previous iterations.
we've seen a lot of kind of like likeness with like anime, for instance, from it as well, which is really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Because a lot of the smoke physics are not normal tire smoke. It's more like cartoony.
it's
And
like
it's
car
when
effects,
you
isn't it?
yeah.
Like initially, when I first saw it all happening, I was like, that just looks like Initial D.
Pretty
You know,
much.
it's
I
like
feel like that's what they went off.
I'm just expecting the soundtrack to literally just be going gas, gas, gas. I'm gonna step on the gas today. Should free redeem for a
They should have
singing
added the
there.
soundtracks. It would have been nice.
Yeah, absolutely. All of the Initial D kind of soundtracking. Um,
Yeah.
because that would have been like really cool. Like just a meme off of that. Like you just start drifting and then all of a sudden you just hear
Yeah.
embrace my super ultra late braking.
That would have been super cool. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
someone's modded it to include it.
probably on the PC version. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be surprised.
No, it wouldn't surprise me.
It would still be quite fun, but like really funny. Like if they managed to rig it in. Like I don't know why EA didn't manage to do that, because like EA is very good with soundtracks normally in terms of getting in a lot of the vibing kind of music. But I think
Yeah.
like I don't know if you're in agreement here, but I think with Unbound they may have just missed the step a little bit, like missed the mark, just a tad.
There's a few tracks that I'm like, yeah, these kind of miss, but
Yeah.
a lot of them kind of work, and I'm not too like even with it. I don't mind them.
Like because EA Tracks has always been like a really really good kind of soundtracking for a lot of the games, like all the way back from like SSX, where I think was the first kind of games that had that, and then Burnout and so on that had it. And like like especially from SSX, they had a lot of like high tempo like anthemic music, and that was always like, honestly, that was really really good for the vibe that SSX was trying to do. Like it was like snowboarding, very fast snowboard racing, where you're doing extreme stunts and stuff. So it's like, yeah, would Ken Block whom to this, you know?
Yeah.
Which, based off of what I just said there, rest in peace, Ken Block.
Yeah, rest in peace, Ken Block.
Okay, one of the greatest drivers overall to exist in terms of just sheer entertainment and inspiration factor.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, Zed's redeemed a dad joke. Okay, let me get you a dad joke, bud. Let me spool up my brainwaves. Okay. Okay. So, you ready for this, Zed? Just waiting for Zed to go. Yep, Zed is ready. Okay, so singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth. Then it's a soap opera.
Nice, good joke.
It's terrible, I know. It is absolutely terrible. And then Nightbot pops up going, "Have I done something funny?" Yeah, no. No, I've just done a dad joke.
Yes, go
It's
clip it.
horrible.
Yes.
It was terrible. It was so bad. Nice. No one can catch a Pokemon today. What is going on, guys? Do I have to Brandon you all?
Oh, luckily for me, I already have a Swellix.
Like, literally, Aromatisse, no one caught it. Swirlix is gone. Like, jeez, I'm gonna Brandon you all.
I have too many Pokemon. I have like currently 170 Pokemon at about $486,000.
Oh, jeez, I'm on about 130,000 because I just spent on a load of Ultra Balls, so.
I have about 20.
Oh, jeez. I think I've got about 10 left, something like that, so. But yeah,
It's funny.
of course, you've got the Pokemon game on your stream, haven't you, as well? So,
Yes. Yeah, I do.
so hear that, chat? If you want to catch more Pokemon, or at least attempt to catch Pokemon in the case of some people, Ferrari's channel also has Pokemon catches, and you get plenty of opportunities since you go on for like years on your stream.
Oh, yeah. I go on for hours, so there's a lot of Pokemon that pop up.
You get like 3 hours or
We've had-
4 hours for me, and like 20 hours for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think this is a question for both of us here, but I'll let you answer this first. What's your favorite Pokemon?
Honestly, I don't have one. I barely watch Pokemon and I barely know anything about it. The only reason I have that Pokemon game is because I got forced by chat.
Oh, jeez. Sacrilege.
And now I'm like the highest. I have the highest amount of Pokemon, the highest money in my whole chat. And I screw you
hurt.
guys.
Next thing you know, you're going to be playing a normal Pokemon game or playing Pokemon Go or something like that, going, I must catch those Pokemon.
True.
Must get them. Jazz was exactly the
That's
same,
me
I
and
think.
that's
Yeah.
literally me in people's chats. It's me as well. I'm just
Like,
catching them for the sake of catching them.
If I remember correctly, Jazz's like first like time in here, she didn't understand what it was about, and then like when she saw Brandon getting competitive about it, she then jumped in on it and went, "I'm gonna catch some as well."
Ah, I see. Like
Yeah,
I know Pokemon. I used to watch it when I was younger, but I kind of, I guess, deterred away from it.
Yeah, I was an original Gen 1 fan, so like I started watching it when it first came out, like over here, which was 1998, because it took 2 years for it to come across over here. Because Orchid were basically adapting it and then releasing it. So it was 1998, I think it was, that I ended up watching it, and I got so hooked on it that I ended up asking for a Nintendo 64 for Christmas with Pokemon Stadium, and I got the Pokemon Stadium limited edition Nintendo 64, which was... I wish I kept it, because that thing would probably be worth a bomb now.
That's crazy. That's like the year I was born.
Jeez, that's reminding me how old I am.
98. 98 was the year I was born.
I was born in 1993, so I am 30 this year.
Ooh, the big 3-0.
Yeah, the big 3-0 is happening
25.
in 10 months.
I'm midway this year.
I have almost to the day 10 months before I turn 30. Yikes!
Oh, we have an 04 baby. Oh my god.
Oh, we got a very youngling. Should have been 3. Don't mind them. They're like a married couple. They're just bickering all the time.
Oh, I know. I've seen them in the Discord server.
Yeah. Take him to marriage counselling later on. Also known as high school for him as well.
But yeah, speaking of consoles, like I've never owned a console. So like the laptop that I stream from was my first like gaming console type package.
Like you've got new literal children.
Basically, yeah.
Imagine. Do you know, I haven't even gotten to the second question yet.
Sometimes you can just sit and watch chat and it's just like,
and vibe.
These guys are literal kids.
Oh, Michael was a millennium baby. Oof, he was a millennium bug.
On the 00.
He was a bug, a millennium bug. Oh god. Yeah, Ty, I can't remember, how old are you? I think you might be older than me, but I can't remember. My memory has been like really poor as of late, so you're a 96 baby, so I'm still older than you. I'm a 93 kid. So I was a true 90s kid. Like, because I can remember the 90s. Everything up to about 97 can be considered a 90s kid. Oh, dial-up internet. Oh my god. Oh my god, Sim. Oh my god. Oh, I just heard that message. Oh,
The earliest
DVR
thing
as
I remember
well. Oh
is like my dad's PC being like the white television box with like the white
yes.
box underneath.
Absolutely.
With the mouse with the little scrolly ball in it.
Yes, the yolk from an egg that you had to compress and like harden, isn't it?
Yep.
And you stuck in and you
Yep.
went. You know, kids never understand how hard that was. Like sheesh.
The amount of times the mouse would just get sticky and it's like, oh shit, I need to clean it.
Yeah, it would be really, really annoying as soon as it scrambled, you know.
Yeah.
And if someone poached your mouse, then you know. But like, for me, so this is showing how old I am. The very first game I played was actually a PC game, and that PC game was. Thank you for the nut vapor. It was Colin McRae Rally, the OG Colin McRae Rally, and I think that was from 1995. My dad had it on the PC and used to play it all the time. He used to set like times down on the rally stages, and I think I got to about like 4 or 5 years old where I'd start playing it as well, and I ended up ending up beating his times constantly. But I think because I grew up around it, it was quite easy to kind of pick it up. Whereas for someone like my dad, video games came in when he was already in his like late 20s, early 30s. So like he had already grown up around a more analog society. But I know also that he's also embraced the technology as well, because like he's very much like me. Well, I'm very much like him, where like smartphones and stuff like that, he's always picked it up. He's always picked up PCs and bits and pieces like that. He's always embraced it. So like, I think from seeing that as an example for me as well, it kind of to me was something that pushed me to embrace it as well. Oh, the downhill ski game with a troll. Oh, I remember that one. Oh my god, that was on PlayStation, I think, called Hugo, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was called Hugo. It was a troll that was trying to get his kids back or something like that. I'm pretty certain it was called Hugo. And that was like a late 90s game. I'm pretty sure it was that.
Yeah, I don't recognize that game. But Teletubbies, yeah, I do.
Like, I remember playing the Hugo games all the time, and I found it quite fun until, like, I got to the Game Boy versions of the games, and I just felt like they were just really empty games in the end. Like, they had the game called Buckazoom, I think it was, which is basically you just drove around in monster cars battling each other constantly, and it just felt really flat. Unfortunately, like because it was on a Game Boy Advance, it was like you just literally had very small arenas that were circular. You just had a destruction derby.
Yeah.
And there you go. Yay! That's the game done. So.
Oh, see, I had on Game Boy Color. I had Pokemon. That was like my first game.
I
was
had
my own.
Pokemon Yellow. What one did you?
I had Pokemon. So the Pokemon I had, the cartridge was blue, but the picture on the front was a phoenix. And I feel like I had a knockoff version of a Pokemon game.
You probably had a
Because
bootleg.
anywhere I find, it doesn't match. There's meant to be Pokemon Gold, but it's not.
So it was probably a bootleg copy of Pokemon
Yeah,
Gold.
pretty
on a blue
much.
cartridge. They probably wrote it
Yeah.
over Pokemon Blue.
Most likely, yeah.
Like, sheesh. Yeah, I
I remember
Pokemon
playing
Yellow.
like Game Boy Color under like a lamp because they had no backlight.
It was a OLED screen with no backlight, wasn't it? So it's like
Yeah, yep.
and no self-illuminating pixel. It was just literally just what was on the screen was just shown, and
Yeah,
I
pretty
can
much.
imagine like. So I think they did the same with the Game Boy Advance, but because it was like high detailed color, you just couldn't see anything on it at all.
No, you couldn't see anything.
Oh, there's a hydrate Medine here.
I should hydrate.
Thank
too.
you, Zed. So like, yeah, it was like oh my god, the old like talking about the older games. Oh my god, that just takes me so far back. It's incredible.
Mhm.
Before you forget, what are you doing, Jazz? Ah, thank you, Brendan. Of course, Zed. Ah.
Oh.
Oh no, Jazz. Oh no. No. Why have you redeemed good boy? Oh, okay, here we go then. Ferrari, you're gonna feel really old here.
I'm gonna just sit back and listen.
Hello, sunshine. Hello. The next 20 seconds, do not judge me. You're a good boy, aren't you? Yeah? Are you a good boy for the blub humanity? Yeah? You're a good boy. Yes, you are. Are you gonna blub the blub? Blub, 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 blub. Because you're a good boy. I got a new keyboard password. Perfect. Judging. Hey, sunshine. You judge me, but you don't judge Kimori for doing her mommy voice. Okay. Alright, I see how it is. How are you doing today, sunshine? You came into that unprepared. I did give you a fair warning saying the next 20 seconds do not judge.
You were warned.
You know, I think I was right for redeeming good boy instead of good girl. Why?
Oh.
Oh. Something you want to tell us, Jazz?
Ayo.
Ayo.
Sunshine
Obviously.
with the redeem.
Okay, here we go. Brandon's emote. I love that emote. Hey, sunshine. Sunshine. Hey, sunshine. You're a good girl, aren't you? You're a very good girl. Very good girl for the manatee. Blub, 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 blub. Keep being a good girl. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. I wonder how many people are now flustered in chat. Ferrari, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm still here. Don't worry, I'm fine.
I thought I lost you for a second there because of all the redeems.
No.
We're still not
I'm
on the
still
second
here.
question either.
I don't get flustered very easily.
No. Well, no, you're in a
It's
made-up
very-
bit, aren't you?
Very specific people that can fluster me. And they shall stay unnamed.
Brandon's just realised there's been 3 Pokemon in chat.
Yep.
Yep, that's an L. There's put an F in chat for Brandon's awareness. Get a Nightbot to put an F in chat as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a command.
Yep. Zed beat me to it. Christ, we are full on bullying Brandon today. Like, jeez. We love you, bro. We love you, bro. So, what is something about yourself that most people don't know? So this includes your IRL friends or like the friends that you met recently, because I know you met Des and Co, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
So, a little known fact.
One thing about me that people don't know. Not much people don't know about me. I'm pretty open about everything. I like doing puzzles, card tricks, stuff like that. Just little things. Circuit
Remember,
building.
you've got the card trick redeem in your chat, haven't you?
Yeah, I do.
So yeah,
Puzzles have always been a huge thing.
Is that like what, jigsaw puzzles or more than just that?
No, it's more like when you have, I don't know how to describe it. When you have like a box and say you have to get inside the box, but there's like different things you have to do. Like you have to find a
Okay,
key
yeah.
somewhere, or you have to find small puzzles like that. I've always enjoyed.
Okay, like
It's
little
been a huge
challenge
part
games
of
and
my
stuff like that.
childhood. Yeah.
Fair enough. Like, and like catching Pokemon, which Brandon can't seem to do.
That too, I guess.
And this is where Brandon's like, bye, have a nice time.
I just flex my Pokédex.
What is my dex like? Because I just try and catch most things that I see. Oh, it's Pokédex. I'm not too bad. Imagine. Yes, Jazz, imagine catching Pokemon. Couldn't be me. So, I've already gone through question 3 here before, where we asked how long you've been streaming for. And I can't actually ask question 4 either, but I can adjust it for you. Because question 4 was, when did you start VTubing? But of course, you don't VTube, you're a FleshTuber. So when did you
Yes.
start with a face cam? Like, around about when was it?
So I started streaming in at the start of 2020, so January, and I set a goal for I think it was
2020?
30 followers. Yeah. Oh, 2021. Sorry.
I was gonna
like my
say this
brain.
isn't even your
2021.
3 years.
No, 2021. Let me get my brain straight. Yeah, because I started YouTube in 2019 December,
That's good boy
and then
redeemed some scrambled your brain.
2021. Yeah, 2021 was when I started Twitch and streaming.
Fair enough.
I set a goal for 30 followers, I believe it was, to do face cam. And I think it was February or March. It might have been March when I turned on my face cam. And I kind of just kept that on the whole time.
So for the majority of the time you've been streaming, you've been face camming.
Face cam, yeah,
Whereas before that you were
basically.
going like old school YouTuber style, weren't you?
Oh yeah, there was no face cam, no PNG, no nothing on the screen to show who I was.
Yeah. Because I
Nothing,
think
and no one had even heard my voice before. So
sorry.
I on YouTube I used to do montages, like very old school montages. And then there was one video where I was like, okay, I'm gonna start streaming, and I kind of put my voice out there, and that video blew up. That got like 50 something views at the time. For me, that was blowing up,
Yeah.
and that was just crazy to me. And all the comments were like, "Oh my god, he has a voice! Oh my god, what's going on? Who's this?"
Oh my god, you got a voice.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
clear
that
my
was a
throat.
bit crazy.
But yeah,
And then
like,
Twitch started.
and it's kind of gone from there. Because I think
Yeah.
we met. I can't exactly remember how we met because we just got on so well. It kind of just felt like we'd just gotten on forever, didn't it?
Mhm.
I
Because
can't
like even in
remember.
DMs, we never really talked. It was usually just like on stream
It
or
used
like
to
in
just be like
someone's server.
either in my chat or your chat. We used to just vibe,
Yeah.
or it was when we were both up in a server or something like that. I think we just
Yeah.
stumbled into each other and kind of gone from there.
Mhm.
And like, I
Pretty
think
much.
you met me when I was just transitioning into PNG stage. Because I
Yes.
think it
So
was
I
about
remember.
February, March time, something like that. I think it was.
Mhm.
So I'd only been doing it a couple months. And
Mhm.
I remember you dropping by when I was still doing Mass Effect 1, which is definitely early
Yes.
stage of channel. I think I was
It was
doing Terra
before you
Nova.
were before you even got affiliate.
Yeah, so I think that was the point when I think like my very first clip came in, and I think it was your first time in the stream as well when Zed redeemed the "It's over 9,000" sound redeem, and it came out as "It's over 9" and then stopped.
Yes. Yeah. I
And
believe so.
someone
Yeah, it
clipped
was
that,
that time.
so I think that was the
Yep.
first time. And yeah, just after hitting affiliate, I started transitioning towards PNG because of a bet. I
PNG,
think
yeah.
it was. I think it was a bet because I had a bet with Evertria, the
Mhm.
or Tro, or however you pronounce her name, because apparently we've all been pronouncing it wrong.
Yeah, I've seen those tweets.
Love
Tunic,
that.
tuna, all the
Tuna,
pronunciations.
tunic,
Uh-huh.
tuber, ever tuber.
Mhm.
Seen that. Um, and like, because I think it was around about that time where then she had posted up a thing saying that like I don't care whether you're a 2D, 3D, or even just a picture of a Tupperware tub. You're still a
Oh
VTuber. And I
yes.
said, I'm going to stream as a Tupperware tub now. And she's like, you do that, we're going to collab. And I was like, yes, let's do it. Let's win this.
Yes, I remember that.
Let's win
And
this
then you
day.
collabed with
We
Dead by
collabed and
Daylight.
vibed so well
Yep.
afterwards. And like, we're still good friends to the day. So, yeah. It was a lot of fun, honestly. And she's a bundle of laughs. And I think that was around. It just reminds me of around about that same kind of time that I met you. I
Yeah.
think it was around about the time when I was like searching out for people who were similar to me, and kind of
Mhm.
reaching out around at that point. Because I do it in waves usually, so like every couple of months I'll generally like have some feelers to see what's going on in the communities that I'm a part of, or something along those lines. So I don't know if you do that, but I know you met. I
I,
think
I've
Jenny
I've kind of
since then,
just
right?
stumbled into friendships. I haven't really forced anything. I don't know. It's just happened. Like it's just
I
been a
think that's kind
gradual
of
thing.
what's happened as well for me in
Yeah,
general.
because like
Like
the
we
first
stumbled.
year of streaming, for me, I never made any friends who were streamers. I kind of just kept to myself. I kind of did my stream and then it was like off. Um, so I started streaming in with so we were in a house together with my mates. This was my second year of university. We were house sharing, so you can see like my mates walking back and forth behind me during my streams. Um, but during that time, I never really interacted with anyone, and then I kind of stopped streaming for about 4 to 6 months, and then I picked it up again in December of 2021, and then I started again, and then that's when I found December on my recommended, and I kind of just hung out in her channel, and I kind of just vibed. And then I joined her Discord and kind of just went from there. I guess I've met more and more people through like Discords and just the self promo stuff,
Yeah.
just dropping by and following.
Well, I think that's how you met Tay, wasn't it? Like tailing.
Yeah, yeah.
Ty.
Oh,
Ty. Thank you for the five
let's go.
gifted. Thank you so much. I'm not actually doing the wheel at the moment because that was reserved for the subathon that was going to happen but isn't anymore. But sheesh, thank you so much for the five gifted, Spurs. Like, wow. So welcome into the I'm still I can't think help uh enjoy the emos everybody welcome in Jack Flap and a Flapjack. I still love that username. Streak Freak, Ocean Wave Blues, Shadow Serenity, ayo. Shadow Serenity got it, ayo. And Big Bass 2000, or Big Bass, whether you're a fish or a speaker, I don't know. I never knew. Yes, thank you so much, Ty. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the generosity, bud. Thank you. It means so much, honestly. Like after everything that's happened in the last few days, the last like 24 hours have been so special for me, honestly. Like from everyone in the community. I'm gonna monologue a little bit. Sorry, Ferrari.
No worries. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But after everything that's happened, this year, let's just say, because it's not really been my year at the moment because of illness and then the mental health episode that was triggered by something. Um, but like coming back into the Discord to do like a movie night, having so many people to hang with, and we just vibe so much. Like we spent an hour vibing before we even put the movie on, so like we were vibing so much, and then having that vibe sesh afterwards as well, just having a lot of fun until I got too tired to continue, so I just dropped off. But honestly, like this last day, you guys have shown just how amazing you are, and how much I really appreciate you all as well. Like I wish there was more I could do to appreciate you all, because I don't deserve you guys. I really don't. Like you're all so amazing. And yes, I say amazing all the time, but you all are genuinely amazing. So, like, if you all were Pokemon, you'd be legendary. You know?
Oh, see, you guys are
Yes.
legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, I'd have to catch you in my Master Ball.
Damn.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ty. Honestly, I really appreciate it. Giga Ty, Giga Ty. My head is so scrambled.
No worries.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
man.
literally, the past year has been incredible. Like the second year of streaming was just incredible because meeting people who also stream and then kind of discussing what things you're doing, what they're doing, how you can kind of adjust has just also improved the way I stream also,
Yeah,
not just like, and it's just been amazing.
we
And then
both
all the
learned.
compliments you receive is just, oh my god. Like I've never received so many compliments in my life.
Like, yeah, honestly, like, oh dear, Brandon failed to catch it again.
Oof.
Ouch. But like honestly, like your second year and my first year have pretty much been on that same kind of trajectory, hasn't it? Like
Yeah.
we've both
Because
gone
we both
on.
hit Ophelia at the same time, yeah.
I believe we did, yeah. Like I hit it within a couple weeks of starting, because I kind of got myself
Mm-hmm.
right out there, and then
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, like we've kind of just gone our own kind of pace, which has been quite nice actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's we've kind of not been too fishy on stream or anything like that. We've just kind of vibe chilled, and
Yeah.
people come to us through the way they come to us, and then have fun. You know, we just all have fun, chat, chill, get comfy,
Yeah.
and have a grand old time. You know, just that one of us is a manatee, the other one's a maid. You know.
Yeah. Pretty much. One's a VTuber, one's a flesh tuber.
Indeed, and like I think this is the biggest thing that I learned as well is that um, like there's a big difference between interacting with VTubers and interacting with flesh tubers. Like for me, the flesh tubers have generally been a bit more open to talking, and that's
Yeah.
not nothing bad against VTubers. Like honestly,
Mm-hmm.
that is nothing bad against VTubers. It's more down
Mm-hmm.
to I know that like VTubers tend to be a bit more protective of what they are, like their channels, which is fair enough. Again, I'm
Yeah.
kind of protective about my channel as well. I am a VTuber, you know.
Yes.
Whereas I found flesh tubers to be a bit more social, and I think that might just be down to the types of people who do the kind of like channeling. Like flesh tubers are a bit more open and outwards because they're putting their face out
Yeah.
on the internet, whereas VTubers aren't. So it's but that's kind of what I've kind of like been able to learn and acknowledge. Like some of my best friends on the platform are flesh tubers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like being a VTuber does not like hold you into that pen of oh you've got to communicate with or work with VTubers. You have to do this. You have to do that. No, I've absolutely learned that
Yeah.
like if you've got a channel on Twitch and you broadcast on it, you can pretty much if the other party is receptive to it, you can kind of mix with them.
Yeah.
You know,
That's very true.
if they're
I
not
feel like
respect,
that
like go on,
gone.
no, go on.
So, because I kind of figured that out. I was kind of like I need to interact with the people who stream similar to me, so all flesh tubers, all face cam, and I could never like find one that was on the same level as me or someone who vibed with me. And then, as I keep mentioning, December, we kind of vibed straight away, and then my streams just become more and more Norwegian people, and it's just kind of taken off from there. It's very strange, but someone from a completely different country, completely different background, completely different like way of streaming, different game, different vibe, and it's like we're very similar in a way, and we've just kind of hit it off, I guess,
Yeah,
and become quite good friends.
I can kind of concur with that because, like, yeah, I think just by opening up the horizons to just people who do similar stuff to you, regardless of whether they are virtual or face cam, that's absolutely the
Hmm.
way to be really on that, because I recently found, I probably would say, my version of December, if you get me.
Yeah.
Because again, your version of December was finding a VTuber who's very receptive to you and vibes very well with you, and I found
Hmm.
Keith Snee,
Yeah.
and like I've only known her 2.5 months, and immediately it's felt like we'd be best friends. Like we're really,
Mm.
really comfy and cool together, and I think it's because our vibe is very similar. Like we both embrace affection to our communities,
Yeah.
and appreciate the communities. Like she is very
Yeah.
loving of everybody, and like it's so refreshing to find someone who is similar to that.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, like she's really, really cool, and I can kind of liken her to like my version of Finding December, you know.
Yeah. Because it was very strange, I guess. Like we, so I met her in January, so like end of January, and
Yeah,
she
I
had
think
been
you went and
streaming for
surprised her.
about 4 years, and then like we kind of kept talking through Discord DMs and stuff in servers, and then eventually we started playing Valorant together, and then in like October, end of October, she said she was coming over for a university trip, and we were planning on going to Comic Con, and unfortunately that was sold out. So we just hung out in London,
Yeah,
and it was so surreal to me to meet someone online, because this was like the first time ever meeting someone completely online, not knowing what they look like, just seeing a picture of someone and only seeing their VTuber model, and then just meeting the person and they're exactly the same as they are
yeah.
online was
Like
just so surreal to me. And it's like,
we've talked about like possibly catching up as well, haven't we? Here and there, because that's going to be surreal for you, because you've never seen me.
no,
Like to you, I'm just a bloody manatee.
yeah, just the picture on the screen, really.
Yeah, I'm just this blubby boy on the screen here. Like, hello,
Mhm.
hi
Yeah.
there. But like, yeah, like I've in this time as well. Like the amount that I've mixed with people, again, it's surreal to think that there's going to be some people that I can possibly be meeting in the next like few months, potentially,
Mhm.
that I've never seen, but will be mixing with, and have been, and I've known them so well.
Yeah.
Like for instance, there's talk with, of course, yourself. So again, I know what you look like, but you don't know what I look like. So
Yes. Yeah. It's one way.
because yeah, but like there's a couple of other people that I've kind of that have expressed the interest in, you know. So
Hmm. I would
like,
always be down to meet. Like London is my city, and if anyone's here, I'm always down to hang out.
yes, it's like there's a possibility that I might be going to TwitchCon, possibly, if they
Hmm.
announce it and sort it out properly. Um, and potentially we'll be going there with, and possibly meeting some people there as well. So, because a couple of
Hmm.
people saying that they're going to go to TwitchCon, so like it'd be cool to meet a few people there as well. Just be able to
Because
mix with
it's
other
happening in
creators.
Paris, right? This
Yeah,
year.
it's happening in Paris later this year. So
Yeah.
my guess is that it's going to happen in about July, but they haven't announced anything and haven't released tickets yet. So
Yeah.
it's like, come on,
I was
Twitch, get on
thinking
with
of
it.
going, so it's still up in the air. I may go.
It's not too far for you to go, if I'm honest, because
Nah,
it's the
it really
Eurostar.
isn't. Yeah.
It's literally just Eurostar for you into Paris, and then I think the exhibition hall is, you go from, I think it's Gare de Lyon to Gare de Gaulle, and then
Hmm.
it's just around the corner from there. So and yes, I know, Ty, I probably butchered that pronunciation, but But yeah, come at me, bro. I'm English.
But yeah, then after meeting her, it was like all of a sudden I kind of got to know her mods, and then we all played together. We were all like constantly online pretty much every day. And then out of nowhere, a week or 2 weeks before I was meant to go on like holiday from university, um, Pavin, one of her mods, messaged me and was like, "Would you ever come to? We're having a what they call in Norway is a Christmas table, and they invite friends and family over." And he was like, "Would you ever possibly come down? We're having a Christmas table on this date on the Saturday." I was like, "Would you come down?" And I was like, "I would love to, but." Is it going to be a possibility like a week before? Would I be able to come? And then I started Googling plane tickets.
Sorry, I can't hear
Hey
you.
yo, let's go.
Because
12
I've got
months.
the TTS here. Hey yo, hope the BlubCast has been great so far. It's been amazing, bud. Like we've been vibing so hard.
Let's go,
Yeah.
Ovo.
Thank you for the 12 months.
A
12
whole year.
months.
Let's go.
Holy heck. And Arvom, you know that there's a rule here.
What's the rule?
No sorries.
Oh yeah, no sorries.
No sorries.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, rip them out. Ban mod for saying so. Yeah, thank you so much for the resub, Arvom, at tier 1. It's been 12 months. Jeez, wow. Of course, my 12th anniversary of affiliate was very recently, and my 12 months actual channel anniversary was the 7th, and then I was going to do the subathon on the 22nd to celebrate both. But again, I don't know if I'm going to do that until maybe celebrating the debut anniversary instead, which is May. I hope it's not that long. Ferrari! 10 months! Heyo! Chat, ignore what's showing there. Ignore what's saying there. Ignore what's showing there. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. It is not close.
You guys know what to do.
It is not close.
Yes.
Zed! Zed gave out a sub to Michael.
Yes.
Hey, yo. Hype train is incoming now. Thank you so much for the tier 1 gifted. Thank you so much also for reserving. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy the emails.
I do. They're
The
very
plot.
nice.
I love the plot. Honestly, the plot is amazing. Plot. So, I got a little story about that. Twitch mod gifting the other Twitch mod a sub. Zed gave one to Maiko, so no, that wasn't a Twitch mod. Zed's not a Twitch mod. He's a Discord mod, but he's not a Twitch mod. Try. Sorry, I was just went full anorak mode there. Don't you know? Yeah, Zed. Here's a little phrase for you. Don't you know? And Jazz ran out of balls.
Run out of Pokeballs. Oh no.
Oh no.
That's a rip.
Rip. Yeah, don't you know?
So as I was saying before, I was rudely cut off by Ovo. Just kidding.
Oh, jeez. Put
yes.
salt on the wound.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Don't ban me in the chat.
Ran out
But
of
yeah,
balls. That
so
reminds me of something, Keck. Oh my god, no.
it was like literally the Friday before I got invited, and then all of a sudden I'm looking at plane tickets instead of revising for my exams. I'm like, okay, and I full on YOLO. I was like, I'm off. I'm out. I'm gonna do my exam and then hop on a plane, and I'm out. The first time in Norway, first time meeting any of them. I was in a completely new country.
You're in a new country meeting people
On my
you've never
own.
met before.
Yeah, pretty much.
Danger, danger.
Yeah, it was very much strange. Like anxiety was at the max.
Yeah. Probably the only person that you kind of knew there was Des, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was December.
Sunshine.
So I had a level of trust.
What? What did it just say? Just cheered Dex 200 or Dix 200. I'm like, what?
Hey yo.
Hey yo. Oh, Zed found a clip. Ran out of what? Yeah, ran out of balls. Thank you so much, Sunshine. Thank you. He popped up as Dix 200. I'm like, what? Because I'm looking, there's no message there apart from 200 cheer, like cheer 200 or something. Like, that TTS bot's broken, I think.
When is TTS never broken?
When is it not never exactly? When is it never broken?
It's always broken and it's always scuffed.
Sunshine's like, hang on.
And that's the way it's meant to be.
It's testing again.
Sunshine 7600 cheer Dex 100.
Yeah. It's because it's saying X100, but because it says cheered, it sounds like dicks.
Oh,
Sus.
I see.
So sus. Thank you, Sunshine, for the 100. Thank you. Thank you for the 100
The
biddies.
bot's thinking about something else.
It does sound sus. Oh no, it's sus.
Oh.
Ooh. And there's the sus emote. I love seeing that in everyone else's chats. Like, just seeing it invading everyone's chats. The sus emote. Yes,
They are
TTS
hyping
Brian
on
letting
level
intrusive
2.
thoughts win. So, what do you enjoy most about your streaming side of things and like your content creation?
Streaming, I would say the interaction. Like it's instant interaction with people, which I really like. And it's like instant feedback. They can play something on the stream and get me to react, and it's like it's straight away they have a reaction to it, or they clip it, and that I really like that side of it compared with like when I was editing videos and then posting it, and then I was waiting a day before people would see it. And it's like, okay, now I can read the comments, see what everyone thinks.
Yeah. I kind of like that as well. Like for me, like my main content journey at the moment has been started on Twitch, and I've kind of started migrating to YouTube. I've got the VOD channel up there, which I'm using as a bit of an archive more than anything. So like, I'm not expecting too much out of it. But it's for people who have missed VODs in the past where it's then been deleted, and then I've put them up there basically.
Yeah.
But
I have
also,
like some of my VODs that I've downloaded, and I've thought about putting them up or maybe making a separate channel. I'm not too sure at the moment. But I have a few of my VODs, especially the maid outfit ones.
Oh, of course, it has to be. It has to be the maid outfit
Yeah.
ones. Like maid Ferrari.
And obviously the like big 30-hour stream that I did.
Yeah, that was your 24-hour celebration, I think it was, or something like that, wasn't it?
It was a community goal
Yeah,
and then they
that's...
succeeded as well.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
okay.
of course, that's what it was. Brandon!
Brandon
Hey, oh, let's go.
1,000 contribution. Sergei
Random with 1,000.
Thank you for 1,000 biddies. Thank you. Holy heck. Wow. Dude, you didn't have to do that. Wow. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you. This is what I find out, like everybody's in a VC here, creating chaos. Like, I just see them in the lounge or something like that, like being all sus.
Oh.
No, they're not. They're not yet. I say yet because I won't put it past them. But thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. Thank you. Like, you need a VC for chaos. I mean, like, yeah, you don't need the VC for chaos. It's just that I can't monitor you guys in the VC that you used to use for chaos anymore. So yeah. The hype train completed at level 2. Thank you for the level 2 hype train. Zed was too late. Oh no. And Ty was too
Oh
late
my
as well.
God.
Oh my god. Wow. Literally 5 seconds too late. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Wait, what? Holy cow.
Let's go.
Wow. The choo-choo finished, but that didn't stop the chaos. Holy heck. Wow. So welcome into the Mana team. Welcome into the Co-Vapor. Welcome in Sora. Closing BTW. No Ordinary Heroes got one. Renee got one. Nice. Humble Hedgehog. And then let's scroll down further. Sky Grey Davis, Dewata, Angel Michael, Craig Wade, and Dave AV77. I'm fairly sure half of these aren't even following. Ayo! It's doing the bug again where it's gifting out to people who don't follow, which is fine. This is nice.
Ah.
But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Ty. Thank you, Zed. Holy cow! Like, you two are so chaotic. Like, honestly, you two and Brandon, when you three team up, you're just so chaotic. And honestly, I love you guys, but please stop flustering me. Please, please.
Do it more.
No,
Keep going.
Please, please. Zed going.
I'm here for the chaos.
So he's already, like, Zed has already threatened me with a 100 gifts of Bob at a random point, and I'm still nervous as to when he's gonna do that. It is Sun Saga Sunday, so, and I'm like, I do, like, honestly, like, yeah. So I don't know if you were made aware of it, Ty. The subathon is delayed at the moment. It's not happening next week because of recent events. I've called it off. It's postponed more than anything, so I will book some more time off and get that sorted. But for the meantime, it's not happening. So yeah, it gives you more time to prepare. Oh god. Oh, good lord. Oh.
You're just giving them more power.
Yeah, I am. I'm empowering them. I bet Zed and Ty both have these like special little funds put aside for Stun Saga because they're so chaotic like that. Both of them just going. Puts credit card away for now. Oh god, for now. Like, guys, like, as much as I joke about you guys being chaotic and doing it, I really appreciate the support, but you guys don't have to do this. Like, I am going on a break very soon from streaming for a little bit, so like, there's not going to be much chance for a lot of people to use these subscriptions, but honestly, I really appreciate the support that you guys give to me, despite knowing this. Like, because like, in my mind, because I'm going on this break, I don't deserve anybody to be subbing. I don't deserve anyone to be subscribing. Like, I will be going on this break, and it could well go into the month, kind of thing. So like, it could well be that there's going to be a whole month where you're subscribed and there's nothing happening.
Oh no. Offline hype train? Question mark?
Oh no. Don't even think about it. Offline hype trains. I mean, you don't have to be live for us to give subs. Oh no. Thank you for the 100 bitties though, Brandon. Thank you. The 100 blubbies.
See, luckily for you, you're hidden behind a PNG, so they can't see you getting flustered. But
Yeah, for
with
now.
with me on the other hand, they see everything.
The thing is as well is that this is something that I was going to mention after the PC was funded, but I'll say it now since it's probably going to be a bit longer before it's done. Because of course the subathon is delayed, so it's not going to happen. Or just as it's popped up there, also if you aren't already in the Discord and want to take part in the movie nights and little things that I'll be doing in my break as well, the link for the Discord is there. Feel free to come join and become a part of humanity in the Cove. It's a comfy place. Everyone kind of vibes and chills, have their own pace in there. It's quite a lovely place to be. But like, the other thing that I was going to do, and this is on top of 2D, is that I was going to do flesh tubing as well.
Oh, I see.
So I was going to call it chaos tubing.
Chaos. Nice name.
Because I would do it at complete random. I would just go, like my thought would be, oh, do I fancy VTubing tonight, or do I fancy just going live with camera and just chatting to everybody? Why not? Yeah. But I can only do that when, of course, I've got a big PC with the desk, because I need a place to put a camera to then stream from. And with my current setup, I may have a webcam, but that webcam is god-awful. And it's really not the best kind of setup for that. So yeah, that's I wasn't gonna say that, but it's one of the things that I was gonna do once I got the PC.
Yeah, I'm soon to upgrade to a PC as well. Hopefully by the end of this year.
I was toying with the idea of a gaming laptop, but I thought, like, even with a gaming laptop, I'm probably going to struggle with, like, 2D modeling and stuff, because I'll probably have to try and find somewhere to stick the camera onto, which, again, in this kind of setup is really impractical, because, like, where the mic is placed and everything at the moment is also very impractical. Like, I want it to be sat right in front of me, but I can't have that. It's off to my right at the moment. So I'm sat further away than the recommended as well, for recommended distance. So I've had to kind of tweak the filters to kind of work around that. Whereas ideally, if I end up with a full PC, I'll have a desk and just roll with that. So yeah, and just do it in a one.
Yeah, because my webcam is basically the laptop's webcam above the screen. So every time I tilt it down when someone redeems like a card trick, it's like I tilt down the whole screen and like I can barely read chat.
I guess that is a way of doing hand cam though.
Yeah.
But that was the other thing I was going to do as well, hand cam. Because I want to do in the future as well, I think once I've moved mainly, to do Pokemon card opening streams and stuff like that, and stuff to do with that. Because I want to lean my content more towards Pokemon anyway.
Yeah.
Because I am a big Pokemon fan, and like, I don't know if anybody else has noticed it, but I have a lot more energy when I am doing my Pokemon streams than when I'm doing other streams. Like, I've certainly felt it, which is why I've tried to kind of like push the Pokemon streams. But yeah. If I'm feeling comfy, I will generally then just play someone else. But yeah.
Mine is all Dragon Ball orientated.
Yes, I know. The
All my alerts are all
DBZ,
Dragon Ball.
yeah, the like all of your sub badges and everything like that are all Dragon Ball oriented, aren't they? Like, and your Discord roles as well. And your Discord is like I'm Ultra Instinct, I think. Ah,
Yeah.
thank you, Zed. I was gonna say Zed and Ty were awfully quiet as soon as we were talking about that as well. But
Yeah, because like my
um,
channel points are sensu beans, and then even one of my emotes, I have a Dragon Ball.
it just caught one. Oh, just caught a Pokemon. Hey yo.
Nice. Only Jazz as well.
Only
No one
Jazz,
else.
like everybody else gets this one.
Hey yo, I wasted an Ultra Ball. God damn.
There you go. Everybody else embraces this. The uncommon Jazz W. Man, that's a big W.
Well done.
Oh, I've got a new sound alert for bits as well, which is like I think one of them is, oh yeah, it's big brain time. Oh, oh, wow, bruh. For a snowball at Brandon. I don't even know if I've got snowballs.
Oh yeah, I don't have any left.
Let's see.
I kind of came into your chat last time and then used them. I had like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I don't have one. I don't know how you get them either.
I have no clue. I couldn't find any information on it.
So I think one of the Pokeballs, or one of the snowballs was thrown, and it like trebled the chance of shiny or something like that, which was quite funny.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
Brandon failed to catch the Pokemon. It was at Brandon, and Brandon failed to catch the Pokemon, so it was like, well, we never know now. It's so sad. So I've already kind of gone through what games you like playing most. We were talking about like the chill games and things like that, wasn't it? Like COD, your Valorant, and then your chill games being Need for Speed, Forza.
Yeah.
What else is it that you've played on stream as well? I can't exactly remember.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
Played Spider-Man on stream. I've played Tekken on stream. What else?
Yeah.
Forza. Played
So
Among
you
Us.
played-
I played like...
you played quite a few.
Yeah. Tekken was an interesting one because I played it with my brother, and that was before I had 30 followers. So it was one without face cam.
Ah, okay.
I don't.
get you.
That VOD's no longer up there. But yeah, that was
mean-
like my first like collab, I guess you could say.
I mean, I guess a VOD from over a year ago, even if you were a partner and a Twitch Prime subscriber,
Yeah, it
you
wouldn't. It
you
would never
wouldn't
be
have
available.
had it saved, yeah. Because I get treated like a Twitch partner when it comes to my VODs. So most affiliates, have a 2-week window to get the VODs downloaded before
Yeah.
it disappears. But if you're Twitch Prime affiliate, you get the same treatment
Yeah.
as a partner, which is 6 weeks.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
That's why
That's
my
one of the
VODs have been up
perks.
for longer.
So if you're a Twitch Prime subscriber, then yeah, that's why.
Ah,
It treats
I
you
was
a bit
wondering.
like a partner in that kind of respect. So it's really cool. There's a couple of other packs that you get for Prime as well, but nothing to do with as a streamer though. So, but yeah, I'm not gonna plug Twitch Prime here. I'm not sponsored by them at all. I'm not gonna turn around and go, "Bet you now," like I did with Zed on that Fortnite stream. Holy heck, that was so fun as well. I've had a lot of fun doing this, and I know you've had a huge amount of fun as well.
Oh yeah, massively.
But of course, this isn't the first time we've collabed together, is it?
No,
Because
it
of
isn't
course,
first time.
the first time was the 6 month celebration, wasn't it?
Yes, I believe so. And
You played Among
unless
Us
the
with me.
Phasmo was before that, I'm not too sure.
Phasmo was before that, but it wasn't on my channel.
Oh yeah, I didn't know it wasn't.
I didn't stream it. It was you and someone else that streamed it on their ends, and then
Yes.
me and Michael kept it on just because I think my laptop wouldn't run it, and I think Michael had some problems with his laptop that
Mhm.
night, so it was a bit
Yeah.
harder for him to do so. So, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
I just couldn't run it, so yeah. Potato PC.
Uh-huh.
But
And then
yeah,
the next time was the Among Us,
we got
which was the
Sus.
celebration.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Me,
That
you,
was fun.
Riona, and a couple of others, and like Riona. Oh my god, she went savage on everybody, didn't she?
Yeah.
Like,
That was very fun.
she's really good at games though, and she's so chill as well. Like, as in the nicest way, she is batshit crazy, but
Uh-huh.
she is so good at games, and she is so chill to play with as well. And like, it was a pleasure having her on the channel. Like, she was super cool. And yeah, that was a lot of fun though, us doing all that. And of course, one of the greatest moments of my channel came about as a result of that collab as well.
Really? What was that?
The clip where I had to do a certain redeem, which, yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
yeah. So that was fun. So I guess your idea around the Dragon Ball stuff is because you're a fan of Dragon Ball, so you themed your channel out of it. Like, all of your
Yes,
alerts and
pretty
stuff
much.
are based off of it.
Yeah.
So when did you start watching Dragon Ball?
Oh, that's gonna be a while back. So I didn't start with the anime. I started my cousins had the game. I can't remember which Dragon Ball game it was, but on PlayStation 2
I
they
would
had a
imagine it
game.
was Budokai.
I used to watch. Yeah, I think it was. I used to watch them
Budokai
play
3
the
was
game.
amazing.
And then from there, they used to watch the anime like on and off. So random episodes I would like watch with them. And
Yeah.
I kind of got it from there. And then as I got older, I went back to it and I watched through like the Boo saga and Cell saga. And then I kind of pieced the story together. It was like having a puzzle, like a jigsaw puzzle, but you have missing pieces. And then you come back and you kind of find the pieces and you piece it all together. And I was like, oh, that's why these certain things are happening. This is why this character's hair.
Yeah.
And then
It's-
then I kept going with the Super series, and then the movies came up.
So I started off quite late on in my teens watching it. It was on Toonami at the time, I think it was. So I watched random episodes again on that. Kind of fell away from it because I stopped. I think they stopped doing Toonami at that time, and it just drifted away. So I kind of just drifted away from the show itself until I think it was. I'd heard things about Dragon Ball Super coming about, and I kind of started watching a bit of Dragon Ball Super and thought, oh, this is kind of cool. It's like I quite like this, but like, really, are they doing all these different transformations now? Like, what's Super Saiyan Blue now? Like, what's that all about? So I then went back to watch the rest of it and go back, and I came across Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, instantly fell in love with it. Like, Dragon Ball Z Abridged is the reason why I'm into Dragon Ball.
Ooh.
Because, like,
I don't think I've seen Abridged.
Oh, Abridged is so good. Because it's literally, they are parodying the show, but they're telling
Yeah.
the story really well as well. But they're just putting in so many random, like, off-the-cuff jokes. And then they create these inter-character kind of, like, things. And they change all the characters. So, like, some of the funniest changes are the ones where they're, like, the most timid and passive kind of characters. And they turn into the most narcissistic and sadistic characters that you can get.
Mm-hmm.
For instance,
That
Mr.
sounds
Popo.
very funny.
Like,
I
Mr.
might have to check it
Popo
out.
is the best change that they did with the characters, 100%. Because, like, Popo goes from, like, being a very timid and, like passive character in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z to there's the pecking order, there's the dirt, the worms in the dirt, Popo Stool, Kami, and Popo. Pecking order. First rule of Popo's training: you don't mention Popo's training.
Oh, so basically going off of what do you call it, Fight Club?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like a reference to it, but like,
Yeah.
it's like there's another one. It's the Garlic Junior saga. I don't know if you've seen that bit. It's the filler saga, basically, that's between Frieza and Android Saga.
Yes, I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, and in the normal show, it takes, I think it's about 7 or 8 episodes to go through this whole filler arc. And, like, DBZA does it in 35 seconds. It is fantastic, and it's because they use Popo and their new version of Popo to run it through. So there's a scene where they go up onto Kami's lookout and they kind of trash it, and then it's like, I am Garlic Junior, and I'm going to take what is mine. And Popo just goes, clean that up. And Garlic Junior is like, excuse me, do you know who you're talking to? I am Garlic Jr. I am the Supreme Overlord who will be looking over this world and dominating it, or something like that. And as he's doing this monologue, all of a sudden you just got like this black mist popping up in front of him with like this sinister noise, and it's Popo casting a curse on him and absorbing him into the darkness. It's like, oh my god. And you see Garlic Jr. falling into what is then like a black abyss that then turns into Popo's eyes, going, goodbye. It's so
That's
good. It just consumes them into the black mist, and it is so funny. So funny. And then he turns around and Kami reappears and goes, oh blimey, what happened here? And Popo just goes, oh, I was just having some Italian for tea. And Kami's like, why? And he's like, because it's nothing but garlic. But Popo is 100% one of the best characters there. The other one is Nappa. So Nappa is fantastic. So good. So good. Because in the standard anime, he's just like the meat-headed sidekick to Vegeta.
Yeah.
So he's just like,
Yeah.
Vegeta, what does this guy to say about his power level? And then he does the over 9,000 thing, and then that's kind of it. And then he just does the kind of like fight, and just, he's just a generic beat up everybody henchman, and then Goku gets him killed kind of thing, So, whereas in DBZA, he is fantastic. He is the annoying guardian of Vegeta. He is the very annoying guardian. So, in the fight scene, he sees Chaozu, and he goes, Vegeta, I think it's a Pokemon. It's a Chaozu. Chaozu. throw a Pokeball at him, and then throws a Pokeball, doesn't do anything, goes, ah, he got away. It's just so good. And they just bring Nappa into this like very dim-witted but very like Leslie Nielsen like
Mhm.
character. It's so good. So good what they did. And when they killed him off, that didn't stop them from keeping Nappa going. You ended up with Ghost Nappa as
Ah.
well.
Oh my god.
So all through the
Of course.
Frieza saga, you have Ghost Nappa talking to Vegeta, haunting Vegeta, and that's brilliant as well. And like, there's a running joke as well with Vegeta where in the Namek saga, Vegeta finds all of the other Dragon Balls, but Gohan had stolen the Dragon Ball that he had stashed away.
Mhm.
And he was Vegeta was looking. There's only 6 there. He's like, but where's the other Dragon Ball? And then he's like, hang on, wait a minute, that was no clock, because he saw the clock on Gohan, or like the Dragon Radar on Gohan's hand, and then it just pops up with Ghost Nappa going, "He took the Dragon Balls." And Vegeta goes into this like big rage, going, ah! And you can hear him across the universe, and you even hear him in the future Trunks arc going, "Daddy." It's brilliant. DBZA is such a good kind of parody though, because they put so much thought into the inter-character relations and kind of like bring out what's already there to a much more comedic effect, or they bring in brand new ones by making characters have this like turn.
Mhm.
So good, so good. I really enjoyed that. It's so much fun. And anyone in the chat who's seen DBZA, I think you guys can full on agree with me on this. Yeah, like, so what's your favorite transformation in Dragon Ball?
Favorite transformation. I think it would have to be when Goku went Super Saiyan Blue in Resurrection Frieza.
That was a cool
That
transformation.
transformation was Frieza's reaction to it as well was like, oh my god, oh
Whereas
shit.
in the anime version, it really doesn't hit that hard, does it? But I've seen it in the Resurrection
No.
F movie as well, and it is big.
Yeah.
It's a really
Yeah.
big thing.
Either that one or the one from the Broly film when Goku goes blue in that one. Because he kind of
Yeah.
transitions between like Ultra Instinct, he goes legendary, and then he switches to blue.
Yeah, he's trying to
After
power
being
into
completely
UI
destroyed by Broly.
in God mode, wasn't he? He was in God.
Yeah,
And I think he was channeling the God energy, and he was trying to accelerate it to a point where he goes Ultra Instinct, and it fails, so he reverts it into blue, which is where all the green energy kind of comes from, because the green energy is releasing God energy in this transformation. It's really, really cool that he does that. I think one of my favorite ones is Mui, the MUI transformation against Jiren, because it is so no chill. Like when he masters Ultra Instinct, he's just stood behind Jiren with his energy ball, like this giant colossal energy ball in his hand, and he just goes and snuffs it out. And when Jiren turns around to try and punch him, he's just all of a sudden up in the air doing a backflip, and you just see these like strikes hitting or like going through Jiren, but no movement from Goku. It's just so cool that like they put that animation in that like he's attacking without you actually seeing him attacking. Like that just shows off how fast Goku has become now in this Ultra Instinct form. It's really cool, and I think it kind of it's a transformation moment that is better, I think, than the UI fight against Kefla. Because I think like Why Over Kamehameha was a great moment the rest of that fight
Mhm.
was a bit underwhelming. Whereas the fight in Muri versus Jiren, that was mega. That was insanely good.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
agree. It's just that Broly moment because I watched it in the cinema, and I remember like the atmosphere in the cinema, everyone just being dead silent. All of a sudden,
then
you just
the
hear him
flash.
screaming into transforming into blue, and it was just the hairs on your back were just standing up on end. And it
There's
was
something
just
that Sean
amazing.
Shamrock can do really, really well is that he can really push that aggression into his
Yeah,
into the transformation screams. Like
yeah.
the thing is, and this is something that's different between like your English dub and the Japanese dub, is that
Mhm.
the English dub, it relies a lot on emphasis of like vocal tones to portray the message across. It's like when Sean Shemo is doing the whole scream to transform, you're capturing that emotion because the emotion's coming out in the changes of tone in the scream.
Mhm.
Whereas in a Japanese dub, it is almost flat in terms of a scream.
Yeah.
It's like a slightly accelerated scream, but there's no kind of like what we would determine as emotion in behind that. It's because the way that they kind of their language usually revolves around that is through language rather than through expression that the that everything is expressed. It's like when when
Mhm.
Beerus describes Goku's Muri transformation, for instance. In the Japanese dub, it's almost sounding quite solemn. That Beerus
Mhm.
he's just talking about it, but the language that he's using is very expressive language, but it's almost a monotone talk or monotone speech. Thank you, Zed.
Mhm. This this is one thing like I also tell people because I know most people are like, oh, if you watch anime you need to watch it subbed always, it needs to be Japanese dub. And I'm like, there's one exception, and that's Dragon Ball. Because Dragon Ball just sounds so much better when it's English dub. I don't know why, it's just
Indeed.
way better.
No worries, Ty.
But
Have a good sleepy bud. Have good sleeps. Have a good day tomorrow as
good
well,
night, Kai.
bud. Have a good night, bud. Blah blah. Sorry. So yeah. Yeah, I concur with it because, like, I think what it is the type of anime that Dragon Ball is. It's kind of like the most expressive of the shonen animes. Like,
Yeah.
if you watch like Yu Yu Hakusho or you watch even like Sword Art Online, which isn't really a shonen but has the same kind of
Mhm.
vibes, or even Yu-Gi-Oh,
Mhm.
because that is actually a shonen anime. Yu-Gi-Oh is. But you like watch those and kind of like even the English dub is still kind of like there's not a huge amount of expression in the speech apart from like say when Kaiba
Yeah, I
gets
agree.
Exodia obliterated, he's ah, you know. But I
Yeah.
think that's just more down to the voice actor being the same person from Pokemon, the Brock from Pokemon, you know. So,
Mhm.
but like with Dragon Ball, there's a big difference because I think like this is kind of where the differences between the Japanese language and the English language is most apparent, and that is when you're expressing anger and aggression through
Mhm.
something very intense. That the English language does it very vocally and very aggressively through the vocals, whereas the Japanese don't normally do that. They end up they express it through the language used in describing the transformation. So, like again, when Beerus is talking about the Ultra Instinct transformation, for instance, um, in the um, in the Japanese dub, he's describing it essentially. He is just talking and monologuing and describing it. And that monologue is a general generic monologue, but the language used is very expressive language. That you see the translation of it, and it is very expressive language. It means quite heavy, impacting things. But the way it's being told is that it's almost like he's narrating it.
Mhm.
Whereas the English dub Beerus is very expressive because he's like he's only gone and done it, bound in all his majesty. It's mastered ultra instinct. You know, he's like really expressive in that like introduction of Muri as the camera pans up to show Goku and Muri, and like he is announcing that he is in Ultra Instinct, whereas the Japanese dub doesn't really do the announcement, it just describes that he's in Ultra Instinct now. So that's kind of like the difference that I've kind of been able to take note of as a comparison between the two.
I don't think I watched the Tournament of Power in dubbed. I watched it subbed because at the time I was watching it, the dub wasn't in sync. So they were like, I think about 10-15 episodes behind. And I was like, I can't wait. I need to just keep watching. So I carried on with the subbed, and I was much ahead. So I might go back and rewatch the dubbed.
I watched subbed and on Crunchyroll, and then got the chance to watch dubbed afterwards, and 100% dubbed was better. It was 100% better. So
yeah, I gotta watch it. I gotta rewatch it.
yeah, absolutely.
What's your like top anime that you really enjoy? Your number one, you would say.
I think really, I haven't watched a huge amount of anime, to be fair, because of like time constraints and stuff. So, like, I've only been able to watch through like Dragon Ball and its kind of subsidiaries. I've watched through a bit of Yu Yu Hakusho. Don't judge, but I've watched a bit of Sailor Moon.
Not fair.
And because again, Sailor Moon is another shonen anime.
Yes, it is.
A good one was that one time I got reincarnated as a slime. That was fun to watch.
I have not seen that. I've seen
Yes.
clips of it, but I've never
It's a
watched
bit of
it.
an indie one, but like it is a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, I've watched a few episodes of that as well, so that's quite fun. And then there's what else was there? I of course have watched Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, because technically they do count as animes as well. Because it was only the English dubbed version, which was done by 4Kids, which they then turned it into a bit more of a child-friendly anime.
Yeah.
If you watch Pokemon in the Japanese in sub, or you watch Yu-Gi-Oh, and it is much darker. It is much darker and much more sexualized. Like for instance, in Yu-Gi-Oh, you look at Mai in Yu-Gi-Oh, okay? Now Mai is a blonde bombshell, right? So you can imagine on a kids show, you're going to cover her up a little bit and just make her look like a generic woman.
Yes. Yeah.
In the Japanese version of the show, the normal shonen version, she's got massive cleavage.
I see.
So like that's what 4Kids did. They kind of covered up a lot of the sexualization and changed a little bit of the scripts to censor out some of the darker themes, which is why some of the things don't make a lot of sense.
Oh, okay.
For instance, in Pokemon, for instance, I think it's when Ash meets Primeape, I think it is. And Brock is like, oh, I love these jelly donuts. And he's chomping on an onigiri. Which is not a jelly donut. It's a rice cake.
I see.
So they're chomping on onigiri and claiming it's jelly donuts.
Okay.
And I used to watch it as
I
a
guess
kid,
kids won't notice the difference, right?
Well, the thing was, I kind of was like, wait, that's a jam donut? Why don't I see those about?
Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you for the knock knock vapor. But yeah, like it's so like the 4Kids interpretations of the animes. I understand why they did it, but it's still strange as heck as to what some of the changes they've done is. And in terms of how silly the 4Kids dub is, if you really want to see how silly the Yu-Gi-Oh dub is on that, watch Little Karibo. because Little Karibo did he did Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and Little Karibo is actually the voice of Frieza in Dragon Ball Z Abridged, so it's kind of related. They brought him in, and he's fantastic at it. And Little Karibo voices every single character in Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Every single one. So he is Yugi, Yami, Joey, Taya, Tristan, and some of the things he does is brilliant. Like Tristan's kind of like this hardline dude who's like straight up, right, in the normal anime. In the abridged version, he sounds like Barney the dinosaur.
Oh my god.
I did not know that. But like they mock it. They mock the premise so much. It's like, oh, you took my friend. I must do you in a children's card game. Oh man, it's so fun to watch back on that. Like a lot of it is very dated now. A lot of the humor is dated, but like you can kind of see back as to like that you can see the underlying tones and like how silly some premises of animes are. Like a world where you do all your fighting by playing cards.
Cards, yeah.
Like you save a world by playing a children's card game.
Playing children's card game.
It's like, yeah, it's pretty silly if I'm honest. They really do dissect it down, and it's like
Pokemon is literally like pocket monsters. You just have monsters or animals that you collect,
and then make them fight against each other. It's like
make them fight.
It doesn't really make sense a lot in the real world. It's like they try and integrate it into the modern world as well. So like, for instance, you've got like planes, boats, like ships and stuff like that, alongside your like cars going along the routes. But it's like if you don't pave your routes and you don't make them roads, what is the point in having cars? And then after that, when you have Pokemon that can fly and Pokemon that can surf, what is the point in having boats and planes?
Yeah, very true.
When you can have your Pokemon do that for you. And I think they kind of acknowledged it a little bit in the later gen games.
Yeah.
Especially Galar. Like in the Galarian region, you've got trains to go across the continent, which is fine, fair enough, but they've also got the Corviknight cabs. So a Corviknight will carry in a cab kind of thing. So, like, I can 100% understand that because, like, it's using Pokemon for transport, but it's also got some other public transport. But I still don't get why cars are existing there. They still have cars. When, as soon as you go outside the capital, it's a ice path, which then goes to a train station with no car park, which then that train station goes to the next city, which then has no roads to go on in a car, which then leads out into the wild area, which has no roads. So it's like Galar's got no road network apart from in the capital, and even then it's only 3 streets. Yeah, I'm just destroying the point of the car step in Pokemon, but yeah,
it's a fair point. There's a lot of regions and sectors in Pokemon where it's like, how do you travel in this area? Like, it's completely barren, or it's completely like there's no roads.
You see in the anime that they're traveling by car, and it's like, where on earth are you supposed to be going by car? I think part of it though is a design issue by Game Freak though, because like Game Freak are fairly intent on having dirt routes where then you encounter Pokemon on the side or like in the middle or in the sides with like tall grass and stuff.
Yeah.
I think with Paldea it could have been a chance for them to kind of change that. Because like you go into say like a town like a city like Medali for instance, and you have a tarmac road, and then you go back to a trail path as soon as you've left the urban area, and it's literally like as soon as you've left the Pokemon Center, you're out of the city, and as soon as you're out of the city, you're in the boonies. Like literally,
Yeah.
you could be stood 1 meter outside of the city boundaries and you're in the boonies.
Uh-huh.
It's no like gradual suburbating or anything like that. I think the only city
No.
that they kind of did half okay was the main city, and even then, that's still a bit weird. But like they had the chance to have like a full paving all around within the Pokemon that come across, and maybe even like cars or something like that. But no, they didn't do that. Especially with the lore around Corviknight not being able to provide cab services because Tinkerton hunts it down by hurling rocks at it with its giant hammer. It's like, what kind of lore did they decide to come up with on it? It's like, it's brilliant. It's like you see a meme of like a Rookidee hatching from an egg going, "Please be in Galar, please be in Galar, please be in Galar," and then it's like a Tinkerton standing over it going, "Welcome to Paldea, bitch." Oh, jeez! Like, wow. It's absolutely insane. Like how they changed with that. It's brilliant. But yeah, let's have a quick look at something here. So I'm gonna begin to wrap this up now, as I've got to where we are looking at with this. But I have got one final question for you, and that is, do you like the Blublubs?
Of course. Who doesn't?
Excellent.
We all appreciate the Blublubs.
Indeed. We all love a Blublubs. But yeah, so what we'll do now to wrap up is we'll obviously wrap up. So again, thank you ever so much, Ferrari, for coming along today. It's been a pleasure talking to you, an absolute pleasure hanging with you as well. Like,
No worries.
like yeah, blobs, jazz with the blobs. Blobs. Yeah, the voice redeems have made things a bit interesting as well. I think I made Sunshine and Jazz melt a little bit. So I didn't really hear a huge amount from Sunshine after that.
Sunshine just melted. She's just a puddle on the floor.
Yeah, decided to try and fluster me back. Succeeded, and then just became a puddle. But yes, blah 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 blah. Thank you, Brandon, for redeeming the blubs. Yeah, so we're gonna have a look to see who we're gonna raid out to, because with the podcast we try and raid out to someone doing similar stuff. So someone doing like say a podcast, or if they're playing a game while podcasting or something like that. And I have the perfect option here, so I'm just going to have a quick look to see if they're going to raid out anytime soon. But it doesn't look like they are going to be from the looks of it. I think they're still going currently. Let me have a quick check. Okay, yeah, they're still podcasting. So we're going to go and raid into them. So I'll set up a raid in a moment. And again, embrace the blubs for everybody here. Thank you so much for coming along, guys, and thank Ferrari for coming and being an amazing guest. And there's the raid message. There's also raid sub as well, which is there. So if you're a subscriber, use the raid subs. And again, you got exclamation mark Twitter, exclamation mark Discord, and exclamation mark YouTube, which will be all of my social links. But again, the raid message for subs is there. Raid message for non-subs was a bit higher up. We're going to go and raid out to Keith Sneef. We're going to raid her back because she raided me a bit before. So we're going to raid into her. And again, thank you guys for coming along again and enjoying the podcast, the BlubCast, and again, I really appreciate everybody coming along. It's been really, really comfy, and you've been an amazing guest, Ferrari. So I really appreciate you coming on. I know we kind of like just rushed the setup and everything, like getting it all together, but honestly, I think it just fell into place naturally more than anything. Like looking back at it, like it definitely wasn't rushed.
Yeah.
You just
Thank
like
you for having me on. It was a
absolutely
pleasure
like
being here.
we were talking about it, and then like all of a sudden you were just like, let's just do it.
Just
I'm
do
going to
it.
do the end credits very quickly before we read out because there is a. Come on, log me in before we go. Of course, before we end up going in. So I'll roll the credits live because we need to show all the appreciation to everybody. So, again, thank you ever so much to everybody who's come along. Thank you for the new followers. Thank you for the new cheers. Brandon, thank you for 1100. Sunshine, thank you for the 300. And thank you, Selfie, for the follow. And all of the subs and resubs. I don't have time to run through all of that. Sorry. But thank you ever so much, everybody, for the resubs. Holy heck, there's so many. Oh my god. But, we went through.
Oh, and there we go.